You brought me some. I want to talk about this. That has me think about this topic, this subject that I wanted to bring. We as people, society as a whole, but even us as people, we look down at the average drug dealer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially in today's society.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say we, to some degree, look up to the Italian mob bosses in some respect, right? So I look at it this way, right? I think the problem that I have, and matter of fact, I'm gonna go somewhere different with it. Us as people, those that are engaging in certain activities, what are you doing with it? There's not just mafia, but there's a ton of businesses that have been established out here from abolition. From you go back, no matter if it's illegal liquor, tobacco, whatever it is, cocaine, drugs, been able to establish empires and legalize their money to some degree. I think that's what we need to do. And as a people, we probably need to stop really looking down on those that partake in those activities. Hear me out. And start putting the energy on how do you take a person that you know already is engaging in something and get them to actually funnel that into a successful business. Not just only back into your community, but into a successful business. So there's a lot of young entrepreneurs out there that are doing it in this generation. So I know a lot of my youngins, that's what they're doing. They're buying real estate, they're buying properties, they're opening bodegas, clothing stores, you name it across the board, they're doing everything. And I commend them. But I think we as a people, we need to have more of that. So when you see those individuals, are you supporting them or are you knocking them? We need to support more.
I think first of all,
and I'm not promoting. I just want to make it clear. I'm not promoting
the mafia,
whatever. But I'm real with it.
The mafia was glorified, right? Through TV, through television, through movies, through all that kind of stuff. Yep. So yes, anything seen on television in a certain light, you're gonna look upon favorably, right? We look on the dynamics of what the mob and all these gangster stories were kind of built on, right? Yep. Just look at the movies, right? Any gangster movie involving black people, that shit don't end well. It don't look good. It don't that we in a bad position. Whatever the movie is, we're in a bad position. It's very few movies that glorify us in an illegal capacity in a successful type of way, right? It doesn't.
I'm going to make that happen. Movie,
right? So that's to your point of we look upon the mob up here and we look at drug dealers in our area down here. We should look at them in a certain way, right? And not from a standpoint of what is going on in the community, but from a standpoint of is you have no plan.
Yeah,
you have
and that's
no
why
plan.
You see, that's why I went into the other direction in regards to
you have no plan.
What are you doing?
I'm not going to knock you having to do what you have to do to put food on your table. But when you don't have a plan,
that's what it comes down to.
Not having a plan while at the same time being around, watching everybody around you go down, get locked up, get shot, not wanting to avoid that, but just be involved in that and just wanting to be around in that. It's a mentality that unfortunately a lot of us have. We don't see another direction. We don't see another way to do it. And even for the ones who do have a plan, like, yo, I'm going to start a business, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, it's still only for that front purpose. It's not so they can stop. I'm not saying all, but let's be honest. How hard are you going at the business that you started when you over here making hand over foot money over here?
So listen. But also, I hear what you're saying, but see, a lot of times I think a lot of these businesses don't grow or evolve into probably what they could be is because that young person say, yo, I want to start my own business.
Yeah.
This type of business.
Yeah.
Not talking about the ones that want to do their little front shopping, whatever.
Yeah.
Those that really want to, I'm going to open a business. I'm going to boom, 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 come support my business.
Yeah.
Are we as people not supporting that business? And those that know better and have been exposed to and have the experience in starting our own business or growing it or marketing, are we going to those individuals and saying, yo, I know you got your joint going on right here, but this is what you need to do to expand and to market it, and this is what you need to do to actually build your brand? Are we not being responsible and giving to our own people to help educate those that don't know any better?
Who started the business?
The youngin, let's say the young.
Okay, the young man started the business. You had enough common sense to get out here and start a business, but you don't have enough in you to research how to go about your business better.
Listen, I've had these conversations.
There's only so much you can tell somebody. You started a business. Okay, well, what was that business? Is it a bodega? Okay, you started a bodega. Okay, well, how are you filling your store up with product?
But see, I disagree. See, I think the problem is that what we do too often, and I've seen it, we assume that young dude, because he has that seed, understands the next step or what else he should be doing to research it. And half of the time, the problem is that young dude, yo, I want to do this. I've sat there and had these conversations with some of these young, yo, Disco, man, listen, I want to start more business. I want to do this. I'm going to get this here. They don't even know the next step.
How did you find out?
Me?
Yeah.
Call me. But didn't know that.
No. How did you find out?
They called me.
No, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about when you were starting your business.
Oh, myself. Oh,
and you had questions about what I should be doing. What made you? Did you run to somebody asking questions?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm a researcher. I'm gonna research, but hold on. But I have conversations with people not even in their own business when it's come to certain topics.
No, I understand
and they don't even take 2 seconds to research whatever they're talking about or their opinion. We know when it came to this election.
And that's what I'm...
hold on. So my point, what I'm getting at is this. So we know, if we know that's the makeup of some of these young kids out here, we know they might have the dream, they might have the vision, but we know how far they're going to go. They're going to research this and third here. And when they hit a wall, they have a lack of leadership to even tell them, hey, this is what you're supposed to do. They might not even made it out of school. They might not have. We already know the curriculum in school. They're not teaching these type of
I'm asking who we. Okay, so I need specifics though. I need to know who we are talking about. Are we talking about just a young kid trying to start his own business and do something for himself, or are we talking about the young kid who's out here selling drugs and's got money to play with?
We're talking about the young kid out here selling drugs with money to play with, trying to do something different.
So he's
balancing two worlds. He's still trying to get it, but he's trying to establish this. So
in some aspects, you have to recognize that some of that inherently is you're putting in effort over here, right, into selling the drugs that's getting you the money to allow you to start the business. And at the same time, this business is struggling and it's not making any money, which keeps you over here, right? At some point, you're going to have to make the transition of where your effort lies. So when you say to me that this person over here doesn't know what to do next, my question to you is, well, which side of the fence do you fall on in terms of your effort? Is your effort over here and you're struggling, or is your effort over here and this really is an afterthought?
Let me say. Sometimes they don't even know no better. You could tell how they hustle backwards. So it's just not knowing. So
you don't really have a plan.
But hold on, that's the point I'm saying. They don't have a plan because they don't even know that they need a plan. So what I'm saying is, us that know better at times, and we see these individuals, you don't think it's just being another minority seeing that young man that doesn't know any better? Because this is what I do. When I see him, yo, I see you doing whatever. You did this? No, I didn't even know. Yo, what about this? Did you are you doing this with your business? I ain't know none of it. They don't. When I say these dudes don't know nothing other than, yo, I spoke to a guy. I had people come and say, yo, can you go and talk to this guy in this building? I want to lease out this spot here. I want to put whatever in here. How you gonna do it? I don't know. See if he know how to get. When I say they don't know nothing, so that's what I'm saying. At times when we see these men struggling, what I feel doesn't take place a lot is us that know us young men or us adults or us leaders or in our community that have went through some of those chambers. We do not go to them and seeing an individual struggling and say, let me put them on the game. I don't think it happens enough. I don't think us as minorities share information.
Well, I can agree with that.
We don't share information.
I can agree with that.
So we'll see somebody struggling and don't share the information. Like, yo, perfect example. In real estate, it's grants and things out here. They're like, yo, the white people buying up. Why? Because a lot of the minorities are not sharing the same information with their people to say, yo, you can go apply for these grants over and over again. This is what I'm doing. I know investors that be killing the game, but they ain't sharing the information. They just keeping it to themselves.
So it's
like,
two
yo,
things.
man,
I think,
that.
Part of that is ingrained. I think part of that is ingrained in back to kind of sort of the conversation of why we look at successful black people when we think X, Y, and Z, right? It's never enough, right? If I put everybody on, then it won't be enough for me.
Yeah,
right?
Like
type
crazy.
of deal, right? But at the same
God.
time, a closed mouth don't get fed. So,
fully agree.
So if you're not willing to suck in your pride because you see somebody over there doing better than you and you see him as competition, but you don't want to ask, yo, how you do this? You can't be mad if he not giving you information. Or I can't be mad if you looking at me like, yo, you ain't never said 2 words to me. Yo, I thought you were good. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
So,
I'm not trying to step on your toes. You know, I'm not trying to make you because I come to you, yo, you know what? I see how you moving, boom, boom, boom. Yo, I think you could go this way with it. He might look at me like, yo, why this nigga think he could tell me about my business?
Yeah. So
that's how we act too. So it's a twofold. Like, yo, if you're willing to ask for the help, then we should be willing. Then at the same time, we should be willing to speak.
So at the end of the day,
to help.
We gotta
do better on both sides.
We gotta do both. Yeah, hey, message to you young kids out
there. Gotta do better on both
sides.
And
as people, you gotta open your mouth. You gotta reach out, and then on the other side, you gotta be willing to.
There's people that's willing out here, that's willing to help.
The only way we're gonna make that connection, one has to reach out, the other one has to extend their hand.
You got to be willing to do it because at the end of the day, somebody is not gonna be willing to because it may take, yo, I could put in a good word for you to get you started.
There it is.
But some people are not willing to put their name on the line for somebody who hasn't proven that they're willing to go the extra mile.
Right.
That's the thing. That's why I asked you the question, how hard are you going at your business? Because I might be somebody who's in a position to help you, but what am I helping you for if you could care too?
I agree. Those factors have to always be brought into, or those things have to always be factored in. Because I'm that way. Man. If I'm willing to help you, I got to see, yo, you got to show me that you're willing to put in.
Put in that work.
I'll go hard for you, but you got to show me you're willing.
Right.
We rocking now, baby.